there hidden historical surveillance scandals we don't know? Imagine uncovering secret stories of government spying that stayed hidden for decades. Some of these stories challenge what we think we know about transparency and trust in democracy. Throughout history, many surveillance operations were kept secret, only coming to light years later. These hidden scandals often reveal how governments have monitored citizens, political groups, or even foreign nations without public knowledge. One of the most famous hidden surveillance programs in American history is COINTELPRO, run by the Federal Bureau of Investigation from the 1950s to the early 1970s. This program targeted civil rights activists, social movements, and political organizations. They used wiretaps, mail tampering, infiltrators, and even false arrests to weaken or destroy groups like the Black Panther Party. The full extent of COINTELPRO was only revealed after activists broke into an FBI office in 1971 and leaked documents. An investigation called the Church Committee later found many actions were illegal and violated basic rights. Long before that, in the 19th century, British officials secretly intercepted mail and communications. These operations were never publicly acknowledged, and officials refused to confirm or deny their activities. This pattern of secrecy created a climate of suspicion and conspiracy theories. Governments have often used official secrecy to hide surveillance, making it hard for the public to know what is happening. The post-9/11 era saw a new wave of secret surveillance. The National Security Agency collected data from global digital networks, but most people didn't know until Edward Snowden leaked classified documents in 2013. These leaks showed that the NSA, along with allied countries, was tapping into emails, phone calls, and internet traffic on a massive scale. They also worked with companies like Google and Facebook, which collect huge amounts of user data for their business models. This raises a big question about how surveillance fits into liberal democracies. These systems value privacy, individual freedom, and political rights. But surveillance often runs counter to these principles, especially when it is hidden or unaccountable. Governments tend to expand surveillance during times of perceived threats, like wars or national security crises. For example, during World War I, Britain increased its surveillance efforts. The Cold War led to widespread domestic spying, and the war on drugs expanded surveillance even more. After September 11, 2001, security concerns pushed governments to gather even more data. From a democratic point of view, hidden surveillance scandals are failures of accountability. Citizens need to know what their governments are doing to hold officials responsible. When operations stay secret, it becomes impossible to judge whether they are lawful or ethical. Past revelations suggest that many current surveillance activities are still undiscovered. Future leaks or investigations might expose even more abuses. A recent example is the Cambridge Analytica scandal. A data analytics firm accessed personal information from over 87 million Facebook users without their knowledge. They used this data to analyze political opinions and influence elections. This shows how surveillance tools designed for commercial use can be turned into political weapons without public consent. Looking at history, most scandals share common features. They often target marginalized groups, operate with little oversight, and remain hidden until someone exposes them. The pattern suggests that many undiscovered surveillance activities are still happening today. As governments and corporations continue to develop new ways to monitor and collect data, the possibility of hidden scandals remains. Only future disclosures will tell us how deep this secrecy goes.